get that to do what I need it to do. Okay, cool. So I'm from xPressAI, and we're sponsoring this hackathon, and we want to support everyone in kind of implementing AI things. Our company pretty much makes a platform for making it easy for developers to create very sophisticated like AI co-pilots or AI features into their applications. That's the main goal of what we do. And we do that through creating this kind of drag and drop no-code platform for hooking these things together. But it's a lot more than no code, and I was hoping to kind of demonstrate it in here for you guys, so you can kind of see more or less how to get started with the platform. So the first thing is, for the people who haven't read the manual, go ahead and read the manual. It's full of great stuff. Right now, xPressAI is in waitlist mode, so private beta, you have to sign up. Once you sign up, if you send me your email address or tell me your name or something like that, that you use to sign up, I will find you and enable access to our platform from there. And then usually within about 3 or 4 minutes, a new instance will pop up, and that should have everything you need to get going. So definitely do that. The platform looks like this when you start. You're going to have a dashboard. It's going to be pretty empty. It's going to have a little tutorial for you. Please listen through that tutorial. It's kind of involved. But you'll be able to see your circuits and also agents and services and data and things like that. And the way this mostly works is that a circuits file is a kind of workflow, a kind of same as Unreal Engine for people who know that kind of thing, where it visually describes some programming, like a program essentially, a workflow. If you use certain components from that, you can launch it as an agent. So you create an agent. It will look in the circuits files and find the circuit file that uses the correct library and allows you to create an agent that you can chat with. If you don't want to chat with it, you want to make an API that does something in the background or is like a Slack chat bot or something like that. You want to make a service, which is essentially the same thing, but it doesn't have the chat UI attached to it, and it can actually do whatever you want. The data part here is our own vector database called Vecto. It's GPU accelerated, and it should be pretty fast for anything that you would do. And it's also integrated in the platform. So if you make an agent using our platform, it can actually store its memories in a vector database. So even when you restart it, can remember what it was doing. Yeah, so that's like more or less how the front end looks like. Let's go into an actual circuit. So around 5 p.m. when we opened the doors, I decided to do something, and I took the rebased data and I made a chatbot from it. When you create, when you're working, when you get a project, or when you get assigned to into xPressAI, you don't have a project, you have your personal project. So to collaborate easily with everyone, we have these projects, and you can actually create a project. You can create any number of projects, although don't make too many because these cost money. You can invite other people to your project. So your hackathon group, it would be great if your team kind of has one project to work on. You guys can share code in there. When you create a project, you can specify one of our templates that we have, and this is going to grow as we get more things ready. But for example, I started at 5 p.m. With the goal of, can I make a chatbot that uses the Instabase data to help me find a good place, where I can speak to it in English, and then it will respond me with places that are great, but the data is all in Japanese. So that's what I did. So the first thing to do is you create your name and give it a domain, and then select a simple chatbot, and that will be something that uses the Converse framework that allows you to chat with it. What you'll get is something that looks like this, right? So not this chatbot template, and it has a few things. One is this Converse make server and run, and then these different events, or like start nodes we call them, called define agent. And from there you'll get your message, and then whatever happens there is up to you. You can drag and drop things from here, so you can drag another chat, so there's no reason it has to be one thing. The agent can kind of like talk to itself and think about what it needs to do, or you can look up information from Vecto and respond. So for this use case, what I did was I created an agent. And the first thing it does is it looks at what the user said, and it creates a new listing, a fake one. And from that, I use that to look it up in Vecto. So I do Vecto lookup, and then I'm gonna get 3 similar things from that query. And then finally, we take that information, put it together with a new system prompt, and then tell OpenAI here, please respond to the user appropriately. Yeah. And then once you have this created, you can go over here to the platform, go to agents, and then create an agent and select the agent for it, and it'll start running. Once it runs, you can, let me go to the right project here. Once it runs, you should be able to click this chat button to interact with your bot, or you can click the log button to see, you can have print statements and things like that and logs and kind of debug what's going on. Yeah, if you click on this link, you'll get into our kind of power user UI, which gives you all sorts of tools for interacting with the chat, so you're not just limited to what it says, you can actually change it, and so on and so forth. But let's see what happens with this 1.5 hastily made demo of kind of getting this rebase data. So let me ask it, what is a good place in Shibuya to run a hackathon? Okay, so Alt-Enter to send, and if this, it was working a little while ago, and it seems like it's still running, and it's really cool. It's given me a couple of links that I can click on, and if I don't know about this, but let's look at urban forest. That looks really interesting. So that's a 5% thing. I'm not sure about that one, but what about this one? And they gave me a lot bigger ones than the previous one. But yeah, you can see now, even as a foreigner who doesn't really know Japanese, I can interact and see things, and I don't have to be specific. I don't have to think of keywords. I can be like, I want to teach English. Where are some places that I can do that with? And things like that, and you get an instant bot. The great thing about these APIs, this API here, is that this is compatible with OpenAI. So if you have something that you can test out with OpenAI, then you just replace the URL, the base URL, with this one, and now you'll have a bot that is doing your workflow instead of whatever OpenAI is. And that's pretty much all I wanted to show for today. Anyone who uses xPressAI for things is kind of able to win the xPressAI prize. So if this looks interesting to you, or if you have questions, just hit us up in the Discord and we'll help you out. Okay, thank you.